Welcome to the 2023 Sedona Ascension Retreat, hosted by me, Suzanne Ross, and my beautiful Transcendence team. This event was held March 17th through the 19th at Sedona's premier event venue, the Sedona Performing Arts Center, and features world-renowned spiritual teachers, best-selling authors, and ascension guides. Get ready to immerse yourself in enlightening presentations, an empowering guest panel, and an inspired sound journey, starting with a divine love meditation led by Tangela and followed by a welcoming presentation offered by me, the host, Suzanne Ross. Enjoy our 2023 Sedona Ascension Retreat.
And so now is the moment just to relax and release. I'm Tangela, the founder of Soul Search, and it's my honor and privilege to be here with all of you today. And I just ask all of you now to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and exhale. And as you exhale, feel yourself and the energies flowing through your body, through your feet, through the layers of the earth, down, 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 deep into the core of Mother Earth, connecting with the crystalline core of Mama Gaia. As you feel this connection amplified by the vortex energies of Sedona, you feel her unconditional love, wisdom, and support cradling you in her arms. You breathe in her strength and power, knowing that she is supporting you in every step, in every moment of this incarnation. When you breathe in her strength and her power, and her deep knowing and joy, you feel that energy of power flowing up through you, up through your feet and legs, so you can take steps on this planet with the power and purpose you were born here to do. And you feel her energy lighting up every chakra, going up through your root, feeling supported in every movement, lighting up your creativity, your sacral, your power and will, your solar plexus, reverberating the energy through your heart, feeling the unconditional love of all there is and all there ever will be, and lighting up your throat chakra so you can speak truth to power with the integrity of your souls. Lighting up your third eye so you can know all and see all in the fullness of your being, and up through your crown, shooting this energy up, 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 higher and higher through the galaxies, until you connect with the brilliant bright light of all there is and all there ever will be, feeling the reverberations and the remembrance of your soul, feeling the phenomenon of the brilliant bright light you always have been, and feeling this beautiful connection to unconditional love, faith, and harmony. And bring this energy energy back into you. And you feel your heart expanding brighter and brighter and brighter. You feel the power and light of who you are reverberating across Sedona, across this nation, across the planet, across the universe. And as you feel this reverberation of light, feel the resonance of all of the brilliant bright stars burning brightly together in this room, across this city, around this planet, creating a brilliant, beautiful, golden, light white grid across the planet, and connecting with our cosmic, celestial, galactic families across the universe. As we come together in this cosmic celebration of the divine remembrance of who we are. And as we fill our beings with this remembrance and joy, we bring this out across the planet, going into every war-torn nation, places of poverty, despair, suffering, anger, fear, and we pulsate the beauty, love, harmony, and joy of who we know we are to be. And together, we raise the frequency of this planet. We raise the frequency of the cosmos. We raise the frequency of the multiverse. We are here for unconditional love. So breathing in all that we are and all that we ever will be, and breathe it out into the universe in cosmic celebration with all of humanity, with all of our families, celestial, galactic, inner earth, mineral, plant, animal kingdom. We joyously celebrate together, for we are all here for the new earth, for the ascension. Thank you. I'm so pleased to be here with all of you today in celebration of the Ascension, and it is my honor and privilege to introduce to all of you Suzanne Ross, the creator of the Sedona Ascension Retreat. And just to introduce Suzanne, she is, as all of you know, a phenomenal being, but with an incredible smile on her face in every moment to create this experience for all of us, where we can choose to be together in the highest of vibrations, creating this new earth together. And that has been Suzanne's mission since her awakening. She was in corporate America, in business, and had this awakening to follow spirit and follow her purpose to bring together spiritual teachers, leaders, guides, in communion, in community like this, so that we can all come together and rise together in the Ascension. And so this is her 16th event in 10 years, and she has been doing so much to bring together community. She's the producer of Sci-Spi.tv, which is an incredible television network for consciousness and spirituality with over 30 shows on 8 channels. She's the author of the Up trilogy, Wake Up, Rise Up, and Lighten Up. Suzanne also leads Vortex tours on the land here in Sedona, where she, as the true ascension teacher that she is, offers sessions as a healer and intuitive guide. And Suzanne also offers classes, including an upcoming workshop series focused on transcendence and ascension. And she's an amazing guide, guiding us all here today and every day across the planet, across the universe. Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the Sedona Ascension Retreat. We did it. looking out at all of your beautiful, beautiful faces. I love each and every one of you. I am so sincerely grateful to each and every one of you for coming. I appreciate the applause, and now I want you to give yourselves a big round of applause for saying yes, for being here and making it here. We are here in unity, community. That's what this event is all about, is gathering like-minded souls, the children of love and light, to come together as a powerful force for creating heaven on earth, for creating more peace and unity and harmony, in love with one another. That's what co-creating the 5D New Earth is all about, unity consciousness. And I would like to invite you to stand to symbolize how we stand together. Can you all stand? Lovely, right? We stand together as a powerful force of oneness. Who here wants to co-create a new earth? Yes. You are the awakened ones. We are the awakened ones. I'd like to create a sacred resonance now. We're going to repeat the universal mantra and the sound of the universe, Om, 3 times. Om. Feel that vibration, the love frequency. You may be seated now. Creating and hosting these events is truly a labor of love, but I couldn't do it by myself. I couldn't do it without my Transcendence team. So I'd like for them to come out now. My beautiful sister. And people always say, is this your soul sister? Well, yes, but she's also my biological sister, Andy. And the event manager, Sonia Hernandez. Let's give her a big hand. She has been truly phenomenal. I am never ceased to be amazed by her organizational skills, by her efficiency, but mostly by her big open heart and how she does everything in the joy frequency. So thank you, my dear. And my dear Victoria Lopez, let's give her a hand. She is the event assistant manager and has worked diligently to dot every I and cross every T, and she probably knows each and every one of you by your name, and she knows all the optional activities you signed up for. So thank you, sweet dear. And Gabriel Fuller. I only just recently met Gabriel, and I just love him already. He is our workshop coordinator, and he created the most beautiful map of all the workshops, because as you see, it was kind of a maze. He laid down all that tape and has helped us to find our workshop rooms here in this maze. And coordination it takes to coordinate not just the workshops themselves, but all of the people going to each and every different one. So thank you, Gabriel. And beautiful Riley Pankwitz. Yes, she is the vendor coordinator, and we have a lot of beautiful food and retail vendors here at this event, and she's just done a wonderful job with the exhibitor map. We have an exhibitor list, and as you can see, it takes a lot of planning to get all of the tables right where they need to be, so thank you for that, Riley. And Krista Morea Collins. And Krista is our beautiful speaker ambassador for the keynote speakers who will be featured on this stage. So thank you very much. Thank you, Transcendence team. My beautiful sister, Andy, has been I'm not going to do this without crying. Since I came home from the hospital, she's been the best big sister you could ever imagine. And I'm so deeply grateful. We support each other so much that my business used to be called Suzanne Ross Wellness. And she's like, I think you've transcended just wellness, and came up with Suzanne Ross Transcendence. And she wanted to start a book publishing company, and she loves dragons. And so she was visiting one day, and I just shouted out, Sacred Dragon Publishing. So we named each other's businesses. Yay. And so I would like to dedicate the next few minutes to my beautiful sister, Andy, of Sacred Dragon Publishing.
Love you. We did it without crying. Woo! Usually that doesn't happen. Okay. So, hello everyone. I'm Andy. I'm Suzanne's sister. And I'd like to just take a moment now to appreciate the power of word. As word, as I am word, we are Christ consciousness in expression just by our very being. The spoken or written word is a vibrational frequency of expression. Words are also the magnetizing force that transforms thought into form. Put together, words become art, poetry, the speeches that move hearts, minds, and nations. They become books that inspire us and expand consciousness. Word, whether a state of being or a spoken language, is our most sublime creative expression. Just sit with that for a moment. So 2 years ago at this same event, I had just left 3 decades of government service as an Army officer and criminal prosecutor to follow my soul's passionate plea of word. It was a powerful call to serve humanity by creating anchor points for the new earth paradigm through the power of books, but not as an author, as an intuitive guide, editor, and publisher for others who were on that journey, and also for my mission to illuminate that path for bringing their legacy books to life. Now, at that event, I announced the launch of Sacred Dragon Publishing, and it was a deeply heartfelt moment of joy and pure surrender to the unknown. And that today, 2 years later, that journey has unfolded in ways I could not possibly have imagined. And I'm here today to announce the launch of Sacred Dragon Publishing Services, a progressive new publishing platform for quantum creativity. As a next-level collective experience, our mission is to bring together a broad range of like-minded, spiritually inspired creatives and visionaries, from authors and artists to coaches, publishers, and investors, to support the creation and distribution of books that inspire an awakening humanity through socially conscious, environmentally sustainable, and accessible publishing platform. Fundamental to that vision is a collective commitment to quantum creativity that openly and transparently co-creates with ultra-dimensional consciousness. Sacred Dragon Consciousness is part of that collaborative partnership, exponentially expanding the possibilities for multidimensional co-creation. Dragons possess a mastery of the elemental energies of earth, air, fire, and water, far beyond our own. They wield wisdom, magic, and great power to shape worlds. As an archetypal energy coexisting with humanity, dragon consciousness serves humanity to help us reclaim the truth of who we really are as sovereign creator beings. In divine alchemical perfection, harmonizing masculine and feminine energy, they elegantly call forth a vast synthesis of wisdom and healing energies. Dragons hold sacred all human expression and experience. And they are here at the ready to join us in creating a new human expression and experience as Homo Luminous in the fifth dimensional reality that is already unfolding. Yeah. Do I get a yeah? With that in our awareness, let's take a moment to follow the dragon's breath on a momentary slipstream between the known and unknown. Join me, if you will, in a brief co-creative moment, envisioning a space-time in which we are all the pure expression of our highest potential, in a world we co-created through the unified elegance of universal love, peace, and joy. Now join me in the next moment to see that space as an expression of word that expands into a vast global network of collective consciousness and opens up into a radiant library of books, each one illuminated by the heart of a living soul on earth. Now let's envision all those books for creating our fifth dimensional reality coming in through the crown chakras of all those souls, our souls, and illuminating their hearts, our hearts, until all the stories are told, and through the power of word, we are the living new earth. We are the living new earth. Together, we are the sovereign creators of our reality, one soul, one book, one collective at a time. I look forward very much to meeting you all so that we can maybe explore how we can create and bring your living legacy to life, or how we can collaborate on this new paradigm publishing platform. From my heart to yours, you all have an absolutely radiantly and joyful transformational Sedona Ascension Retreat. I love y'all!
See why I love her so much? She's going to kill me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways. We're both over 50. Proud of it. She performs hip-hop on stage in Los Angeles. Even though she's a couple decades older than everybody else there, she brings it. And is the star of the show. I just love that. All right. My co-host for this event is Alan Steinfeld, such a dear friend of mine. Let's give Alan a hand. Everybody already knows Alan. He's world renowned. He's been doing this for decades. Started New Realities TV with millions of followers on YouTube before most of us even knew what YouTube was. Also on other major networks. He's also partnered with my spiritual guru hero, Dr. J.J. Hertog, and his lovely wife, Desiree Hertog. He is also the author of Making Consciousness. Contact. His book is becoming a best-selling book. And he just has the biggest heart. I love him so much.
Thank you. This is like a Broadway stage, you know? I'm from New York. I always wanted to be on Broadway. But this is actually more exciting because we are coming together at this really special time in history. And if you haven't noticed, things aren't what they used to be, right? There's something else going on here, and it's part of what Andy was saying and Suzanne is presenting here, that we're moving really into a new time. There's something else happening to the fabric of consciousness itself. Time and space is changing. It really is. Things happen faster or slower. It's this whole modality that we've been living in. It's coming into a new way of being. Like we've hacked ourselves through the wilderness. We've reached a dead end in the old path we're taking, and we have to take a new path that each of us have to forge together. We're forging a new direction. I call my company New Realities, because it's not just a direction, it's how to think differently about who we are. We are infinite beings. I mean, we just proved this in the class I taught on remote viewing. How is it possible to see what's not present here, to remote view distant objects in time, space, past, present, future? It's because we have that infinite capacity. We are connected to the divine, and that's what all the teachers here this weekend are talking about. This divinity that's arising within. The old religions, give me the old-time religions, they actually, no offense if you're still into that, that's fine, that's okay, but something new is happening. The divinity within, the Christos within, the ascension wave is moving through our molecular frequency. It's a vibrational thing. And it's no better place for that to happen than here in the Red Rock City, the crystal Red Rock City of Sedona, because it's really ground zero for human transformation. Homo luminatus. This is where we're becoming light. We're becoming the crystalline beings as our frequencies shift. It really is. It's like sometimes you need more sleep, sometimes you need less sleep, sometimes you can't get any sleep, because this whole download of the current reality is phasing out and something's phasing in, and we have to readjust our mental capacity, our physical capacity, our emotional capacity. A lot of people are going through a lot of emotional changes because if you haven't done the work, then it's all coming up at once. If you've done the work, then okay, a little more is coming up, but it's like we can't go into the future by holding on to the past, right? It's like brand new pathway, and we're forging it ourselves. So we don't know what the future's going to be like, but it's not going to be like where we've come from. That's for sure. You know, Bashar says, last chance for density. So really, this is your last chance for density, human drama, all those things, because we are going someplace else. And Suzanne's put together this really special conference, but moment in history with some of the leading teachers of our time that are talking about how to think differently, how to be differently, how to be the superhumans that we were destined to be. So I'm really happy we're all here because we're doing it together. It's like, this is the Aquarian age. The Aquarian is harmony, love, and understanding, but it's a collective consciousness that we're building without losing our individuality. So the Aquarian nature is this nature of future visionary possibilities and star beings coming in. It is about awakening to the fifth dimension. This is what we're doing here. Like my friend Kimberly wrote this book, Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. You should get that because that's what the process is that we're all happening to us now. Something different, and you can feel it. And I'm really excited to meet everyone here, to be part of it, to be part of this incredible creation that Suzanne put together, and just to share our space together. This is the moment. We are the people, and now is the time. So yes, thank you, Suzanne. Thank you.
My heart is expanding. Do you feel a heart expansion? Beautiful. I'm so blessed to have sponsors for my event. Beautiful my dear friend, Deb Giusti, who's seated right there. And she invited my sponsor, Neil Gar, to sponsor this event. And I am so delighted because I knew of Neil Gar for years, but we really never connected personally. And this has really given me an opportunity to get to know Neil on a deeper personal level, and he is truly a beautiful soul. Like myself, he hosts large events, and so we share that in common as our soul's purpose, and one of the divine mission that we share together is gathering large groups of people together in unity consciousness. And his event is called Portal to Ascension, but I'm sure he'll talk about it. I'd like to introduce Neil Gar. Thank you, Neil. Thank you for being a sponsor.
Hey, everybody. All right. So good to be with you all. So what I want to do is I want to share a bit about Portal to Ascension, but what I really want to do is a spoken word piece. So I'm going to share the 60-second version, or 220-second version of Portal to Ascension, and I just want to drop in with a spoken word piece as an activation for the beginning here. So a little bit about me. I was born in England. I was born into a Hindu family. I pretty much didn't believe anything I was told. I just did all the rites and rituals. And I used to judge the fact that I was born Hindu. And then I started realizing, well, one thing that's great about this is I was never told it was the only way. You know, I was never told that this is the way and no other way. So I was open to everything. Celebrated Christmas living in England, celebrated, watched shows of Moses, and started realizing there's all these similarities in these texts. But why is the whole world talking about the differences when the similarities are hidden, not even hidden, are just in plain sight? So come 2000, when I turned 18, I started writing spoken word poetry. And it was on sci-fi topics, extraterrestrial planets, not in this world at all. And I started researching what I was writing to find more jargon from my quantum physics type of poetry. And I found Nassim Haramein, William Henry, Jordan Maxwell, individuals I now had the opportunity to work with. And as I started researching their information, I found the Sumerian tablets of creation, started going further and further back, and there started my rabbit hole deep dive. At age 18, I'd be at Panera Bread with like the Quran, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Sumerian tablets of creation, highlighting similarities. 8 years of deep rabbit hole research, also going hardcore into the conspiracies where I was like, oh my God, we're completely screwed. They have taken over this world and we're done for. 2008, 2006, I created a Facebook group called 2012 Consciousness, Mind, Evolution, and Presence. Tens of thousands of people started joining. So in 2008, I was at an open mic performing for the first time a spoken word piece, and my friend was on stage and he sang the song, My Name is Love. And I was wondering, I was like, I'm onto all these topics. This is all consciousness, all spirituality, reincarnation. Why do I feel like I'm so screwed, right? Look what they've done to us. And in that moment, I realized the missing link was love. And I went from judging the ignorance to embracing it and realizing that is all a part of the experience we signed up to have. And that moment, a few days later, I had a dream to change my group to Portal to Ascension. So changed it to Portal to Ascension, started my first event, which was a sound healing event. For 2 years, did sound healing, quit my job, like 5 times I quit my job just to do this full time. When I got with my ex-wife, she told me she did not sign up for missionary work. Because we were living, I'd only have enough money for one sound healing event in Seattle to make enough money for gas and food to get to Vancouver to do another event. And we started combining that with ET channeling and sound healing events. And then kept going forward till 2012, created a conference called Cosmic Reunion 2012, a month before December 21st. Bashar was my headliner at that one, and then in 2013 did another one. And I kept doing events, but I wasn't really making any money from them, wasn't supporting me. So in 2016, I was like, I'm done with Portal to Ascension. I'm just going to go work a linear job and be like a corporate financial analyst or something, right? And when I had that thought, I was like, well, what if I just stopped all my live events and did everything online? So I went 100% online. And then we started with, first event was Starseed Summit. It was Dolores Cannon's last event she ever did. And one event basically paid for half a year's of salary. And I quit my job. And 2016, ever since, I've been doing it full time. We went from one event a month to 110 events a year at this point. Conferences, retreats, tours, 80% of them online, 20% of them live. And then Joan of Angels, where's Joan of Angels in the house? No? My friend Joan of Angels and Alan Steinfeld, we've been working together for a while, but now we've come together on a partnership where we are doing a lot of amazing events together. And I'm going to stop there because I'm going to get into spoken word piece. So thank you for letting me share that. So are we one yet? Going back to source. No remorse when reinforce the course that we all endorse. Unconditional love. The highest vibration, a gift from above. Desolation of separation. This is enough. The third dimension, man, it was meant to be tough. There is no captivity, so unlock the cusp, move away from hate and lust, begin to shift the Earth's crust into a straight axis. Just like in Atlantis, stop causing damage and learn to manage self-realization. When people start to vanish and we change our intentions and join the like-minded souls in the fifth dimension, this is the beginning of our oversoul mission. What is it that you envision for the future incarnations? The Christ conscious has arisen, shed the perception of being in this prison, this industrial system, slumber of opposites, duality, where we get lost and forget how we can circumvent and achieve liberation. The curiosity won't last for long at all. As we move to the aquatic age, break free from the third dimensional cage of limitations, Freemasons being misplaced in this illusionary reality. Governing authorities, there will be no more war. Co-create a love ambassador. Open the doors. Life isn't supposed to be a chore. No getting on your knees, worshiping entities from the floor. The message is simple, man. We don't need to know anymore. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. And it's time for humanity to wake up. Thank you all.
So unique, so powerful, amazing. I have another sponsor. How cool is that? My friend Joy Kingsborough, and it turns out she lives close by in Clarkdale, so that's a blessing. I met Joy, and she shared with me a very powerfully transformative, life-changing experience that set her on a spiritual path. And that led to her channeling a guide she calls Jonah. And so she is Joy and Jonah. I made a thumbnail for Joy, and I wrote The Magical Life of Joy Kingsborough. And then it turns out that one of her themes is queuing up magic. And she is offering a workshop at this event, Queuing Up Magic. So I would like to introduce the beautiful Joy Kingsborough.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here and to have been able to have this opportunity to sponsor. And for me, I wanted to begin this conversation by, of course, sharing a bit about who I am as Joy Kingsborough, a channel. I've been doing it for 25 years. It's something I love and I'm deeply devoted to. But the reason I said yes to sponsor this event is because Suzanne showed up on my feed after, I think it was on Billy Carson's feed in social media. And I had this incredible opportunity. My mother and I traveled together to Egypt last year with Billy Carson. And on that journey, I was, doing something that was that moment of tapping into a dream, right? The dream to go to Egypt, to be in those places, to connect with this ancient history, to be a part of or feel or connect with the origins of things, of us, to understand what the big story really is. And so in that seeking, I was looking for something at the site. I was looking for something in those pyramids, in those locations, in that incredible space. And I had the most amazing journey with Billy, with everybody that was there, with the community, with everyone we connected with. And as I stood on the very first day with my mom, we went into the Queen's Chamber in the Pyramid of Giza. And I was looking for inspiration of what's next. I'd been coaching and channeling and connecting with people for years, but I knew there was something that was rising up out of me. I could feel it like I felt it when I awakened. Similar to what you're feeling, right? There's this something more, there's something else that's calling you. And in that experience, standing in the Queen's Chamber, it's this small room, if you're not familiar with it. It's a small chamber where when you chant and you put your hand on the wall, that chanting reverberates back through you. It's not just that it rises up and out like it does in the King's Chamber at top, but in the Queen's Chamber it comes into the heart, just like it is in the heart of the pyramid. And you feel it, and it moves you, and the tears flow, and you know you're in a place that is so sacred you have no words for it. And what I felt was that sacred energy came into me. I realized I hadn't come into it. I had stood in that place, and I allowed that to come into me. And it was that day in the pyramid, tired, sweaty. Billy Carson runs a boot camp. It's crazy. You can't just see one thing. It's intense. But at the end of the day, we were in the pyramid by ourselves in the space at the end of the day with this group. And I came out of that pyramid to full moon, lit up, dark. We went in the light, came out in the dark. And I knew that I had come to Egypt not to get something, but to finally really be me. And so I came back from that trip and I was changed, to say the least. And while I had been channeling quietly and making a big impact and loving what I was doing, I made the decision that I was going to invest my life story differently. I was going to invest my money, my time, my energy into people like you. These groups of people where you come to a space, a sacred space like Sedona, a sacred space with all of these amazing people that are anchoring in energy, awakening, sharing their gifts. And in that, it's who you'll be, this greater expression of you at the end that I came for. It's you that I invested in. To say, I want to be a part of this, of the ascension of all of us, the thing we're going to take away inside of us at the end of the event. So thank you for allowing me to be here with you. Thank you.
I'm not just an event organizer. I like to do a variety of different things. It keeps me entertained and very busy. I am an author of the Up trilogy, Wake Up, Rise Up, and if Lighten Up doesn't come out next year, my sister is going to be pressuring me until it does. My husband keeps saying, it's a trilogy. There has to be book 3. So I'm working on it. I also am a speaker and travel to different events around the country speaking. And I would like to focus my brief presentation today on the music of the spheres, the language of light, and sacred geometry. I had the most powerful affirmation this afternoon. It was such an honor. Dr. J.J. Hertog, I'm so blessed he's going to be speaking here, has really made a powerful, positive impact on my life for over a decade. His book of knowledge, Keys of Enoch, is such a powerful book that it is activational on many levels. It will raise your consciousness. And he asked if he could have a little private time with me today. And of course I was so honored and blessed, and we sat together, and the topic he wanted to speak to me about was sacred geometry being the language of light and the music of the spheres. What a powerful affirmation. And we just laughed about how we can be so in sync, right, with one another. And so when I woke up on my journey, I looked at myself and went, what am I? Who am I? And what is all this? Where did we come from? Why are we here? Where are we going? All these big questions just started flooding through me, and I developed this insatiable curiosity to know the answers, to discover the answers. And so through a variety of research, deep trance meditation, and long walks out in creation, I began to develop a knowing about the true nature of reality, a knowing that everything is consciousness, and that consciousness is malleable. When you are a conscious being walking through a field of consciousness with other conscious living things and beings that you are all interconnected to, then you begin to realize how fluid consciousness is. You also start to realize that everything manifest in form is just frequency, vibrational frequency, everything vibrating at a different frequency to give it its color, density, and form. Then I started developing knowingness that we're all holograms. And that space-time itself is a hologram. But as all holograms need a source for their images, planetary spheres, butterflies, trees, human beings, we have a source. And you might have a sense that you have another aspect of yourself that you're connected into. You may also have a sense that somebody's watching. There is an oversoul, and not just your own individual oversoul, the oversoul. And we can call the oversoul our higher self. We can call the oversoul God, Christ, the one infinite creator. But in truth, we are all that. We are experiential beings here playing the space-time game together. But we are eternal souls. We are all of and from the same divine source, and therein lies the oneness. We are all an aspect of the one infinite creator, and so yes, we are all immortal and infinite. We are one in this infinite field of consciousness, but here we are in space-time. So how does this hologram of space-time work? I'm very fascinated by science and spirituality, compelling me to create a TV network called Sci-Spi.tv, merging science and spirituality to give us answers to the greatest mysteries of creation. And as I started to unravel some of these mysteries, I became very fascinated by sacred geometry, because these forms of sacred geometry are the fundamental patterns of creation. These colorful shapes and forms define every element, every force, all of the fundamental forces and all of the elements that create this reality and us within it. I heard my new favorite spiritual teacher, Robert Edward Grant, who is incredibly brilliant. I always like to give credit where credit is due. And he was saying, pattern recognition will ascend your consciousness like nothing else. Recognizing the sacred patterns in all living things and beings in all of creation. In my book, Rise Up, I incorporated a lot of sacred geometry. And the point of this was to help the adventurers, because it's an ascension adventure, develop creator consciousness. Because the more that you know about how the universe works, how creation came into being, how space-time is being projected from a central source, and what is heaven's technology for that? How does this projection take place? And so developing creator consciousness then allows us to be our most creative selves and to manifest in this reality by mastering it. If we are playing a space-time game, then it introduces the possibility that we are living in a simulation. And so I got really fascinated by this idea of living in a virtual reality game, right? But unlike Sims in a computer simulation, we are soul infused. So let's never think that because this might simulate a virtual reality game, that we are nothing like AI. We are infused by the divine, right? We are all divine beings with free will. And so as our source self projects a holographic fractal of itself into different space-time timelines and dimensions, it gives those avatars free will. Of course we have free will in the levels of the space-time game, and we can make choices. We can make conscious choices about whether we stay in the level of the game that we're at, 3D, for instance, or whether we awaken and feel compelled to level up to the next level of the game. And that is what we're all doing now. We are making the choice to level up to the next level of the game, which is 5D. And so, because we had a little difficulty there, I'm not going to have time to go through all these slides, but I just kind of wanted to quickly go through them before we engage in our video meditation, because it will give you an idea about the Transcendence Guide certification course that I offer, and what my next book, Lighten Up, is going to be about. And so we do focus on this source in the center that sends out sound waves and light waves. And we are holographic fractals projected from the source at the center by our source self. The earth itself is a hologram. And we are biophotonic beings, each encoded with a unique code. Some sources call it being engrafted. Light is energy, energy is information, and information is consciousness. These are factors that support the fact that we are living in a virtual reality. But who is the soul behind the simulation? Our eternal soul. I discovered this E8 mother crystal, which we have long been calling Metatron's cube, which now quantum physicists are calling this E8 lattice. And quantum physicists are saying that this E8 lattice is projecting our reality from the 8th dimension into the 4th dimension to derive 3D. Wow, right? We knew it all along, and now it's being confirmed. There's Metatron's cube and the tetrahedron, the fundamental pattern of creation. These are what we know as the Platonic solids. That creates the field, and now physicists have discovered these amplituhedrons, which they have proven exist outside of space-time. And so for the first time, physicists agree there is an outside of space-time, which is part of creating it. And these are some of the patterns of these scattering particles. And this is activational. This is from Dr. J.J. Hertog's book, an example of how Metatron's cube projects fifth dimensional consciousness, holds our hyperspatial body all together, all of these fractals that are dispersed throughout different timelines and dimensions are all one. And with a 5D perspective, we can connect with all of who we are being, not just in space-time, but directly connect with our eternal soul. And now let's get ready to engage in a video meditation. Focus on following your breaths. Listen to your heartbeat. Your heartbeat is synchronized with the heartbeat of creation. The heartbeat of Mother Earth, the heartbeat of the universe, the heartbeat of the one infinite creator. Oh, cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that binds us as we release others from the entanglements of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment, for you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, the power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. Before progressing to higher levels of consciousness, we are going to connect with the earth beneath us. To stay grounded to Mother Earth, imagine a dark green column of light leaving the base of your spine and penetrating the ground below. This is called your grounding cord. As the column of light starts radiating into the earth beneath you, imagine it spiraling downward, first through the dirt and gold-flecked rocks, where it picks up gold sacred energy, and then down through the crystalline matrix, where it plugs into the violet divine energy at the core. Your being is now connected to the sacred core of Mother Earth. Now pull that motherly love back up toward the base of your spine and allow it to ignite your Kundalini energy coiled there. The fiery passion of the divine feminine energy spins your red root chakra and creates an opening at the center for the Kundalini energy to surge up your spine and plug into your sacral chakra. Focus on this wheel of desire and creativity as you visually spin this wheel. As you spin this wheel, the Kundalini energy can surge through the center, spiraling and braiding your spine as it ascends up into your power chakra, your solar plexus. This is your power center at the core of your being. This golden wheel is also about abundance. As you spin this golden wheel, your Kundalini energy now surges up the center, spiraling and braiding your spine. Feel the electromagnetic energy moving up your spine and connecting in to your heart center. As that Kundalini energy plugs into your emerald green heart chakra, you feel a heart expansion. Spinning this wheel, you feel a flood of love flow through you. Pure, unconditional love for yourself and all others. This heart expansion transmutes any lower vibration. Now the Kundalini energy can surge through your heart chakra, ascend your spine, and plug into your throat. This is the wheel of communication. Imagine spinning this wheel in your throat center, and as you do, feel your throat open wide so communication can flow through you. And so you can communicate clearly, not just with others, but with your spirit guides. Now focus on a point between your brows. This is your third eye, and it's connected to your sixth chakra, this indigo blue wheel spinning at the center of your head. At the center of this wheel is your pineal gland, sending and receiving laser beams of light and consciousness to and from the Akasha. Now focus on a violet wheel spinning at the crown of your head. Feel that spinning sensation and notice a golden light in the center. This is your crown portal, open to receive divine blessings of love and light flowing into your crown. Imagine golden liquid love flowing into your crown. With a soul star return, imagine raising your eyes and seeing your own great God self over you. A dazzling cloud envelops all. I feel my real God presence call. Feel a surge of love's great might as you enter deep, its breath, its light. See within this pulsing flame, listen and hear your secret name. Feel the glow, the great flame breath. You are the victor over death. You stand forth, free ascended now. To your heart's light all things do bow. You are a being of cause alone. the sacred tone. You pour out life, you lift, you raise, your heart overflows and sings its praise. Your power strengthens and inspires. Your great light rays are God's own fires. You know you are just God, the One, the Source, the great, great central Sun. We call all the masters of the planetary and cosmic hierarchy to be present during this retreat. We call forth a planetary and cosmic alignment. We call to Melchizedek and Metatron for the anchoring of a platinum net to clear away any and all unwanted energies. We call on Archangel Michael to establish a dome of protection for this event and all within it. We call forth the establishment of a pillar of light and a planetary and cosmic ascension. We begin the process of fully anchoring and activating the planetary and cosmic rays. We now call forth Lady Master Athena to now fully anchor and activate the 12th ray, which embodies the full anchoring of the New Age and the Christ consciousness, which is gold in color. Bathe in the positive effects of this golden ray now. Welcome to 5D. We have just created a 5D frequency, bathed in the golden light of the 12th ray and the violet light of the divine. As you move through this event, you'll see that gold and violet are our theme colors, so that you can continue to be bathed in the 5D frequency throughout this event. I love you, I bless you, I honor you. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to our 2023 Sedona Ascension Retreat, and stay tuned for the presentations by our keynote speakers. You are invited to join us in 2024 for our March 8th through 10th Sedona Ascension Retreat. Once again, we will be at the spectacular Sedona Performing Arts Center, and bringing in some of the world's most well-known thought leaders, spiritual teachers, and international best-selling authors. We will also have interactive indoor workshops, outdoor vortex journeys, and plenty of retail and food vendors. This event culminates in a Native American hoop dance performed by world champion hoop dancer Munti Sinkwa. You won't want to miss our 2024 Sedona Ascension Retreat. Seats for the workshops and journeys sell out fast, so reserve your seats now at SedonaAscensionRetreats.com. We'll see you in Sedona.